Hello, during this video I'm going to show you how to perform an email trace to troubleshoot delivery issues in Office 365. The message trace can be done in two ways, which is via the Office 365 portal or PowerShell. The Office 365 portal provides a graphical interface to run the trace, but running the trace via PowerShell allows you to manipulate the data easier. I'm first going to show you how to do the message trace via the Office 365 Admin Center. The first thing we'll need to do is open up Internet Explorer and go to the Exchange Admin Center login page. Once you've entered your login details, it will then redirect you to the Admin Center. To get to the Exchange Admin Center, click on the Admin tile in the bottom left hand corner of the screen and then click on Exchange. This will load in a new window, and once it does, you'll need to click the Mailflow button and then Message Trace. From this page we can now run our first message trace. As you can see, there are quite a few different criteria we can use for selecting the emails. The first one we can choose from is the date range. By default it is set to 48 hours, but you can set it to custom to have any date range you want. You can also search for emails based on the delivery status. Here in the list you can see that's delivered, failed, marked to spam, as well as several others. The final option we've got to search for emails is based on sender and recipient. I'm now going to show you an example where I search for any emails sent from benp@keytech.co.uk to any@outlook.com email addresses. If I click on the Add Sender, I'm going to type in my email address and then hit the OK button. And I will then do the same for the recipient, but I will use wildcard@outlook.com for the email address. Once I hit search, this will then pull up a list of all the emails that match my criteria. You can see that there's two in there, one that was delivered and one that was not. If I want more information on the one that was not delivered, I can just go and double click on it and I will get a full detailed report. If you are doing a search over a period longer than 7 days, then the report will not be generated instantly, and you can either view it in the portal or email it to yourself once it is complete. I'm going to change the search criteria we ran earlier from past 48 hours to custom, and then set the date manually to ensure it's over 7 days ago. You will then see the additional options at the bottom of the screen, including the email address you want the report to go to. You can leave this blank and view the trace by scrolling up to the top of the page and clicking on Pending or Completed Requests. I am now going to connect to Exchange Online using PowerShell. I will briefly show you the steps required to connect, but if you want a more detailed explanation, please click on the video in the comments section. When I am prompted for credentials, I enter the same credentials that I did to access the Office 365 portal, and now that we are connected, it is starting to download all the modules which we will use to interact with Exchange. One of the first things we're going to look at is the get-help. This will give us the detailed explanation of the command as well as the syntax. Here I'm just typing in get-help space get-message trace. If this is the first time you've run the command, it will bring up a prompt saying that you need to download the help files. This will take approximately 30 seconds, and once it is complete, it will then output the help file that you want. Here you can see we've got all the information we need, so let's now go and use the command. I'm going to type in get-message trace, and then the first thing I'm going to type in is my sender address. So I'm putting in benp@keytech.co.uk, and then I'm going to put in the start date and end date. Note that this is in American format, so it's month, date, year, and also when you're specifying a start date, you must specify an end date too. Finally, I'm going to put in the recipients, and I'm using wildcard@outlook.com to show me any emails sent to an @outlook.com address. Once I press enter, this will then return and show me a list of results that match my criteria. By default, the output of this command will only show 5 columns. If we want to see all the information, we can format it into a list by doing pipe FL. This then shows us all details about the emails that match our criteria. Another way to view the data is to output it to a grid view. To do this, just change the FL to out-grid view, and then it will load in a separate window. Here you can click on some of the headers and it will sort them in order, and also you can filter based on the headers. So in this example I've searched for delivery status of failed, and that is all that is showing. One last thing I want to show you is how you can export these results to a file. So after the pipe you can do export-csv followed by the local path name, and this will output the contents of that command to a CSV file which can be edited via Notepad or Excel.